Classes in session, this is the show where knowledge is profit, just so you know. Army Piper, OC guy, and Trade Fly, bringing crypto news to the whole alumni. It's the word on the market, the one-stop shop for the info you need every time that it drops. The go-to show that you need right now. This is Piper Academy, it's all going down, let's go.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Piper Academy. We've got a great show lined up today. We got news this weekend. Biden dropping out. Kamala Harris possibly in as the nominee. She's got to go through the whole process, but the market's popped off because of it after a little shakeout at first. A lot of shorts, a lot of longs got liquidated on that short wick down. So we're going to be taking a look at that. And then also, we're taking a look at Toncoin today. A lot of volume on their network in the background. Is it about to break out and take off? We're going to be looking at that a lot more today on Piper Academy. Let's get it. Classes in session. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Piper Academy. Check it out. We got a nice little new ticker down there. You guys like that? That's you guys wanted some new stuff. You said it was a little choppy sometimes, but you guys like the ticker, so I put a new ticker in for you guys today. There's a lot of new changes you're going to see, to include lights, but we got some new setups too in the scene. So we're trying to make everything better for you guys every day here on the Piper Academy. But as I'm waiting for OC to get his coffee because he had a rough start off this morning, we're going to go ahead and jump over into the news today, guys, and get going on that. As you guys know, daily news brought to you by Decrypted.tax. Every day, every time. So let's jump over here, take a look at what we're seeing on the news, guys. Looking at the fear and greed, we're sitting at 70. We are in greed right now as we speak. It continues up as the price goes up, and it's normal. We're going to see this, guys. Don't worry, we're not at extreme greed yet. Keep that in mind. Jumping over here, taking a look at the crypto bubbles, guys, on the daily. Mew up 43.2%. I believe this is another meme play, just like WIF over here, up 11.4%. We got some movement going on. Helium, H&T popping off 7.3%. TIA is up 15.4%. AVAX, Avalanche, up 9.3% there. And I got something to show you guys on here. Check this out. Where is that USD dollar? Let me find it here. 1 second. Because I was looking at this earlier. It's the Athena dollar, guys, and it's down 5% right now. It is not doing too good. I don't see it in here. Right there it is. Athena USDE down 0.4%. So it's rebounded a little bit here, but it's sitting at 99.5 cents. This morning, this was at 95 cents. So that's not good when an algorithmic stable coin that's supposed to be pegged to the dollar drops 5 cents. It's not supposed to do that. It kind of gives me that vibe of Terra Luna, if you guys remember that whole ordeal. So looking here, though, on the daily, though, got some good movers. Bitcoin currently sitting here at about $67,500. There we go. Right there. It is up 1.2% on the daily right now, still up 7.8% on the week. Ethereum, with all of the talk going on this week about ETF possibly coming soon to a financial institution near you, it is up 4.2 for the week, but down 0.2% on the daily there. So not doing horrible. It's still at around $3,500, but not popping off like Bitcoin is, guys. Let's see here. Solana is up 4.3%, so that's looking pretty decent there. XRP up 5.7%. Dogecoin up 5.8%. Avalanche, that I showed you guys up there in the bubbles, up 9.3%, getting a great move today. Any other big movers here? Let's go down and take a look and see. Yep, Dogwoof Hat 11.6. We talked about that one up there on that top list. And that should be about it for the top 50 there. Let's jump back over to X because there's a couple of things in here that I want to show you before we go into those liquidations. Guys, the big news this week. No, that is not it. It is Biden. Biden dropping out. Biden drops out. Bitcoin drops. It pumps back up. Bitcoin went 70K this week. This is Cloud9 Markets. Shout out to him. He's got an interesting thing here. I expect Bitcoin rally into Nashville Bitcoin 2024 conference going on this week. Trump, Kathy Woods, RFK Jr. are all talking there. And rumors are Elon is making a surprise visit, hence his change on his profile picture to laserize. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat. What do you think? Is Elon Musk going to be joining that Bitcoin conference this week? Was that a message there with his laser eyes? We'll have to see. But looking at the liquidations, somebody else had laser eyes here. Past 24 hours, 60,782 traders will liquidate. Total liquidations coming in at $178 million. Largest single liquidation order happened on Binance. It was Bitcoin, 10.9 million, guys. Look at the longs compared to the shorts. Long liquidations coming in at $110 million. Shorts coming in at $67.4 million there. It's that big wick yesterday, and we'll be showing you that in just a second. Look at the economic calendar, guys. Nothing major going on today. Chicago Fed national activity. It's kind of like an overall compass of what's going on with the economy, but nothing so specific that it matters, if you know what I mean. It is at 0.05 up this morning. Was expected to actually be down a little bit or be way up. So we came in the middle. It shot right in between. It's good. There's still goals there. That's what happened with that. And this week, what we have going on, existing home sales going on. That's tomorrow morning. And then we've got on Wednesday, we're going to have the goods trades balance. That's a pretty big one. And then also those retail, that's retail sales auto, not a major one on Wednesday. Thursday, durable goods orders. That's an important one. That is how much the goods, what is the goods amount, how much the volume of demand is going on for durable goods. And then initial jobless claims on Thursday also. We're going to round out the week, though, with the single most important one for the Federal Reserve. That is your core PCE price index. That is going to all be coming in on Friday morning. So that will be out an hour before we go live on Friday. That is what I got there for the news today, guys. Let me go back and double check on X marks the spot. Oh, no. I want to talk about this with OC, so let me lay this out. Pay attention, OC. I see you over there in your little mini cam. Donald Trump is considering BlackRock CEO Larry Fink as Treasury Secretary, according to the New York Post. Let's go over and talk to OC and see what he thinks about that. What do you think? Larry Fink, super bullish on Bitcoin, pushed all these ETFs. We've heard the rumor about Trump and making Bitcoin a piece of the reserve, right? The Treasury Reserve. Is there a play there for Larry Fink? Is that what he's doing there? What is your thoughts on this, man?
All right, I do think that based on everything that has been happening in the political, I don't know, let's say scenario or whatever is happening there, I think he's lining up with whatever could be the way to go. Nonetheless, I mean, it was about time. And this is just my perspective. Everybody will, or most of politicians will, make space for crypto sooner or later. I'd rather see it sooner, and I think that Larry Fink, it's kind of like a teasing with that idea of making that space a little bit better, especially since we see, like the past events where Trump's popularity, I mean, he is going through the roof, right? So I do think so. I do think so. And by the way, thanks you for that covering, and also caffeinated crypto. Welcome.
Caffeinated, got to get my caffeinated crypto in. I don't know. And there is a message here in the chat. Dave Digital said Elon just flew into Nashville. So maybe he is going to be talking out there along with RFK and Kathy Woods and Donald Trump. So it'd be pretty cool, I think. We got a new setup here, too. You guys like that? This is good. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you guys a teaser to what the trio cam looks like when we have TradeFly on. There you go. It's we now call this NASCAR cam. But it is, we're definitely making some changes over here, guys. I'm glad you guys like the ticker at the bottom. Let's go ahead and get into some Bitcoin news, some crypto news. Let's take a look at these charts. We'll start off with the charts first, and we'll get that going. So let me resize a monitor here. There we go. And then let's pull this up and jump over here. Bam, there we go. Taking a look here, guys. Bitcoin yesterday. I'm going to show you guys on the hourly what happened here because it was pretty gnarly here what happened. Let me get that fixed range volume profile to load in. Thank you very much. There we go. So yesterday, guys, we were sitting here. We were on a line of support, just so you know. We were on this big line of support right here. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, it just crashes down. If I'm on the right one, there we go. It just crashes down here. We were on, yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. We were on the 786 here yesterday, guys. I saw the news come out here. We were on this resistance of the upper pattern, the descending channel, if you will. Right there, there's that descending channel on that 786. And I was like, it looks like it's a spot that we could actually get rejection from. And then that Biden news came out. And at the time that the Biden news came out, there was no endorsement. No endorsement yet. It was just straight up like Biden's out, right? And so I was like, that's an unknown. People don't like unknowns, especially in the investing world. I'm going to short this. And so it drops on a 10x leverage. I'm doing really good. Doing really good here. It pops back up, and I see a stop here. You guys can see this candle stops at the point of control. So I'm like, okay, this might be good still. Might be good. Might be good right here. And then all of a sudden, it comes up. It wicks above this channel where I decided that I was going to can't set this from, and I set it just a little bit above that. So it was somewhere just above this wick here. So it's probably, I think it was like 67.8 is what I had it at. It wicks up, almost hits it. I'm like, okay, it's going back down. It went all the way back down and then bounced back up again. And that was at the point that on the next candle here, it closed me out. I got stopped out. It's okay though. That's why we have stop losses. I am okay with having a little minor loss of like 1% on my total trade account off of this stop loss in comparison to what I gained on my portfolio, my HODL bag. So yeah, but that's what happened there. What I'm watching right now, guys, is we are sitting above this 786 and this trend line. We're holding it as support. I mean, look how clean this retest is right there to the wick on it. It's not looking too bad at all. We are above the 786. If we take this in and bring this back to the 4-hour, you'll see we're holding this platinum pocket. And if we do hold this platinum pocket, guys, off of this breakout of this pattern of this descending channel, then we could be heading up to $74,000 at the 887 there. Some things to point out, though, that I will bring your attention to. We do have a peak seeker that has printed on the 4-hour. These typically indicate that this is a peak and that we could be returning back down. If we do return back down, guys, watch for the 100-day, the 50-day, and the dynamic reactor all coming in here on confluence. 63,500 would be the support range there on that. So right now, I don't know that we look like we're going down too far. We are getting a flattening here on the Oscillator Pro. We are getting a flattening on the bottom of the RSI primed Heikin-Ashi candles, not showing a continuation of downside. So all eyes on the 786, guys. If we hold that 786 at 67,366, that is going to be the level of support that we need for that 887 up there at 74,000. But if we do come down again, I'm looking for around $63,500 to $64,000 on the support level there. Wick 589 said, who is going to Nashville this week? I am not. I am not going to be going. I had an offer, but I got a lot of vacations coming up. So I'm going in October on to Europe. I've got September going to Tucson. I just got a lot of other things that I got going on right now. Next year I will be there. But TradeFly is going. TradeFly is going to Nashville. I know Amy Lives Crypto is going there. Ernest Lee is going there. Shout out to Amy Lives Crypto there. I see her in the chat. Who else is going to that I know? Alex Fernandez, CEO of Chart Prime, right there. He's going to be there. So, and Billy Hotels. So there you go. That a lot of people are going. I will not be going. But yeah, link up with TradeFly and Amy Lives Crypto. You guys, they are great people and they are fun to hang out with. So if you guys go to Bitcoin conference, that's who you need to join in with. OC, let's take a look and see what you got on your chart and what you're seeing on Bitcoin, bro.
Absolutely. Really quick for the what is it, TSA on the airplanes? I've heard that TradeFly might be hiding something. Make sure you look at him very well throughout the
Don't put that on anyone. Don't put TSA on anyone, man.
Oh, brother, hopefully you're not watching right now. If you do, my condolences. Just needed to make that joke. All right, so on crypto, basically right here we got something that it's playing out basically as I was expecting. We're heading up, back up into that range. I mean, I couldn't be more happy than now. Also, just what I was watching my alerts that were playing throughout, for example, July 17th, 16th. Remember that we were right down at these bottoms right here. Remember, look at that, 18, 17, 16, and then that's where we were getting prepared for that pullback down, and then it finally a push through this neckline that we were looking at this point. So I did had a couple of entries. I did miss on this entry right down here because look at my alert, 753. But when I decided to jump back in as breaking through this trend line that I had right here, I only executed a spot entry, which is fine. I'm still holding on that back and then throwing it back into my savings account. But so far, looking for a divergences, right? I mean, everything is nice and crispy, but also look at what is my possible target. This is my measured target. That doesn't mean that we're going to get there, but at least I'm aiming somewhere around 70K or 71K, somewhere around these areas up here. Something to note is that we have a two divergences up here, and we're going down on our oscillator. So I will be looking at that zero line for a possible bounce. Something that it is playing on here, it seems like an up-ranging channel. Look at what had happened once we have those channels to the upside, and that's something that keeps repeating over and over. It doesn't always break to the downside, right? But most of the cases it does, right? This is the only case that it didn't, but I still keep an eye on that break on those two trend lines, and also the flip of the ribbon or the breakthrough the ribbon through that zero line. That will be decisive for the next movement. What I'll be looking for is a big rejection out of these areas if we get here, and then for a possible re-entry before we either keep moving upwards, or if we lose this trend line that we're building up. At this point, I will be looking back at this area of support along with some order block and money flow POC from chart frame. So chart frame for the win, and turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. So you know what's really been popping off has been the meme coins, man. We saw in those crypto bubbles, Mew and Moo, like these meme coins are just ripping. Whiff taking off. Great purchase that I made on Saturday morning because that one made me some money this weekend. But let's jump over and take a look at this article here because it's pretty interesting, guys. Meme coins are outshining Bitcoin and Ethereum in the latest crypto rally. Cat-themed tokens lead meme coin rally, but a dog holds his ground on Solana. Cat-themed meme coins averaged about 8.8% gains in 24 hours, outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. Meme-related tokens outpaced Bitcoin by 5% and ETH by 9.3% over the past week. Bitcoin briefly surpassed 68,000. We're sitting below that right now. And sparked price leaps across the crypto market in this landscape. Meme coins have stolen the limelight by outperforming old Bitty Boy and ETH in the past 7 days. Again, those cat-themed meme coins at 8.887 or 8.8% there. Jackie is a token with a picture of a black cat that was launched on July 5th through Moonshot. That meme coin launchpad developed by Dex Screener. Despite the lack of activity for a week, the token suddenly spiked over 160% in 24 hours. However, the transaction checker on Dex Screener shows that most of them are just dust transactions, which means that the liquidity was removed. That's what that means if you don't know. Nevertheless, the meme coin based on Binance Smart Chain titled Catcoin, Cat, jumped 60%. Cat Soul Hat, which is Soul Cat, also made a significant movement with 76.6% spike in that period. And CoinCat Hee kept last week's momentum and registered 50.2%. The Solana meme coin ecosystem also saw a significant 5% average growth thanks to the coin of a dog and a pull. Dog and pull. It's called DIP. So buy the dip. There you go, guys. I can't make these up. The meme related tokens are just insane to watch. There's so many of them. You don't know which one that you need to jump into. I think if you really just threw like $10 and here, $10 there in them, and just cross your fingers, one of them's going to pop off and make up for all the others. So, but yeah, there's not financial advice, but I know Crux does his due diligence on grabbing up these meme coins and doing little deep dives on them. So if you guys aren't in our Discord, you need to get in our Discord, because Crux has amazing little deep dives and quick dives, I call them. No, not deep dives, quick dives on meme coins, and they are the one that is causing the markets to get some nice pumping rallies going on. So let's talk about Ethereum, because tomorrow, allegedly, supposedly, we're supposed to get an ETH ETF tomorrow, the 23rd of July. We'll see. We will have to see. I don't know that it's going to happen, but that is the rumor. That is the rumor going around that is tomorrow. If you take a look here at this article, I got one right here. ETH ETFs to launch July 23rd, Bloomberg analyst says. ETH ETFs to coincide with Bitcoin conference, potentially boosting market attention. ETFs are scheduled to begin trading on July 23rd. So there you go. That's what they're saying. The starting date for the spot Ethereum exchange traded funds. That is an ETF. On the 23rd, according to Bloomberg. He shared on X that the SEC is answering issuers today, asking them to return their final S1 forms by the 17th. So this happened, guys. This is looks like it is in the works. OC, do we see an Ethereum ETF tomorrow? Does it happen? Are we going to wake up tomorrow and Ethereum is doing exactly what Bitcoin did when the ETF happened and going down? Is that what's going to happen tomorrow?
Oh man, I don't know. It seems like it. I mean, I really want to say that we're gonna go to the moon. But last time that you get me to guess about the ETF, I completely not nailed it. So I'm gonna be saying that we're gonna get the ETF. I mean, we already have experience with Bitcoin, so I don't see why what could go so wrong that for the ETH ETF not to be processed and approved.
I'll
And
tell you what could
also,
go
I
wrong.
do believe that we're gonna.
Gary Gensler could go wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Although we do still have the Bitcoin ETF, we just need to copy and paste it, right? I mean, so it's
Technically,
pretty much
in theory, yes, it
exactly
should be
in
that simple.
theory. Exactly. So, and we're doing that up-ranging flag also in Ethereum. I do see it dragging even a little bit of Bitcoin down with it when we get. Remember, buy the rumor, sell the news, and we have already had that pump through. And I think it's fair enough that we do go for a retracement. So I do see a retracement on Ethereum when the ETF get approved, though.
We're getting sell-off on the markets right now as we speak on everything. Even the stock markets this morning were opening to the green side, and you can see now they are actually dropping. The futures are still looking good, but they're dropping on the markets over here on the right side. Let me get down here. DJI still up, SPX and NASDAQ. But if we look here at like MicroStrategies, NVIDIA's up, Amazon's up. It's the crypto. Guys, MicroStrategies is coming down. CleanSpark's coming down. Riot is coming down. Marathon is coming down, along with Bitty Boy losing that level that we just talked about there. And now let's take a look over at Ethereum, because we were just talking about that. Key resistance level at the 0.66 there, $3,511 right there is where we got that rejection. We lost it. Looks like we kind of got a close to retest there, a little front ran retest. And now we're heading down. I'm watching for 33.44 in line here with the dynamic reactor, the 100-day and the 50-day moving average. We're going to go ahead and drop a T-box in there. That's going to be our range to watch for entries. And then also if it's going to be or bounce zone there. There we go. We got a little T box on there, and then we'll set an alarm on that so that I get notified, just like I did with that Bitcoin last week. There we go. We got an alert set on there now. That easy, that quick, that simple, and we're going to be watching for that on Ethereum on that downside. Do you see anything that's moving any quicker than anything else right now? I see Injective is down like 3.39% right now. What are you seeing on your charts there, OC? Let's jump over to you.
Absolutely. Just taking the eyes off crypto for just a second, just to see how the S&P is going. I do have a little bit of a resistance. We had a little bit of a resistance. It's overshoot through that resistance in here. Let me bring those up in here, and as you can see, it was a order block that was built here. That's why we built another one, and then we're going back down. As you can see, I was looking for I am looking for a retracement to the dynamic corrector. I'm trying to see what is the traditional market going for, because we're going to be having political movements, we're going to be having traditional market movements, and also we're going to be having the ETF on Ethereum. So I think now it's a good idea to start looking the other pieces of the puzzle that surround crypto to see a good idea of how things are moving. You mentioned something, I'm quite sure. It was yesterday or the day before on Twitter, that you say, hey, people, remember that if we talk, we need to talk about politics to understand crypto, right? And I do believe that you completely nailed that one. And also, we need to talk about traditional markets to talk crypto. So just doing my due diligence and looking at S&P, looking good, going for the retracement, and I'll be also looking for that dynamic vector and order blocks for a possible bounce on crypto if we see also that retracement being replicated in the crypto markets.
Yeah, what I actually said was for all the people that are in live stream chats complaining that we talk about politics and to focus on crypto, focusing on what's going on in the politics is focusing on crypto. So broaden your scope. That's what I said to him. Also, I want to point this out. You guys remember this back here at the debate? I said, save this post. This was posted on June 27th. There was no talk about Biden dropping out of the race. We went to the debates, and I said, save this post. Tonight was a setup. 1, put Biden up to slip like he will do. That was the debate night. 2, make the statement that Biden is not of mind to run. 3, replace candidate with younger, popular Democrat. 4, lock Trump in a race with a moderate yet controllable candidate. 5, Dems take the election. I hope I'm wrong. Guys, this was written on the walls. Anybody with any type of analytical skill and understanding of how behavioral predictive mannerisms and how people, how people think, how people plan out to make an action, right? You can see those steps coming a mile away. And when I saw his performance, this was what I thought would happen on June 27th. So it was not a big shock to me at all. So, yeah, follow us on X, you guys, right there, right over there below OC. Follow us on X. You would have known before the news even talked about him dropping out. So, OC, let's get a list going here in the chat of altcoins that they want to see, because we're about at the top of the hour. So, guys, let us know what altcoins you would like to see, and we will get those going for you. I'm reading the chat here. Tradefly in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Always good to have you in here. Guys, he works mornings now. If you guys don't know, though, we're doing a little thing tonight because FD White just got back. By the way, guys, check your emojis. If you're a member, if you're an alumni member, check your emojis. We've got we've got a little nightcap. I want to see those in the chat. Let me see that nightcap. And then we got FD White in there. It's FD and White, see? And then there's also a Detroit cap. There you go, guys. We got you guys some crypto nightcap stuff and some stuff for FD this weekend, putting those together for you. You guys should have a little nightcap glass, too, that says Bitcoin on it. I'm not sure if you guys saw that one. But tonight, guys, tonight we're going to be doing, because FD White just came back from overseas after 5 months of gallivanting around the countryside over there, around the world. He is now coming back, and it's taken him a little bit longer than he thought it would. So he needed a night to recoup. After 5 months of being on the other side of the planet, he's a little bit jet lagged. So tonight we will be doing this. Let me pull it up here and I will bring it to your attention. Can I find it? Can I find it right there? Is that it? Yes, I think that's it. I'm pulling it up here now. Wow, I guess it was a while ago. It was a while ago. I'm working it. I'm working it. There it is. I got it. I got it. We're here. We're here. Guys, tonight, take a look here. It is going to be me and TradeFly on the crypto nightcap. So we're going to be doing a little special episode, filling in for FD White. I'll be humbled to be in the seat of FD White next to TradeFly on another show that I'm not in charge of. So that's great. We got those altcoins ready to go. OC, how we looking there? And let's go jump into some altcoins, see how we're looking. Do you have one already up?
Yes, I do.
Let's get it.
Perfect. So good old LTC. So we've been looking at LTC, especially also it's been talked about into Randy Heapers, our mom frat, about LTC. Also, I do remember Amy Leaf Crypto was talking about LTC and requesting it. We had a little bit of a breakout here for a possible bull flag. And this is our measured target. Are we on our way? I would say that probably something that it seems interesting to me, it is that we have this low, we also have this one, and maybe we can hold the dynamic reactor. And for me, it will be very important to hold that dynamic reactor. We could be making a inverse head and shoulder. For that, I'll be maybe trying to get a neckline somewhere around these areas. And as you can see, it will be pushing the limits of our measured target. Let me bring up chart prime to see what else do I have here. It seems like we do have a bearish a bearish neon lining here, which usually needs, or we need to break above it to start changing colors, as you can see right here, and then aiming for a better and larger movement. So are we there yet? Not quite, but everything looks good unless we break dynamic reactor. So once again, dynamic reactor is going to be your best friend at this point. Looking forward for that Litecoin movement throughout the next week. Also, something that has been building up in here, as you can see, I do have my VPVR to my right. Also, I have my automated support and resistances. And also I have these beautiful boxes that are my liquidity zones, one of my favorite tools in here, which are all bunching up right here on the dynamic reactor area. So we're building confluence, right? Remember, confluence, it is several indicators bunching up together in one same zone. It doesn't need to be very exact, but as long as they are bunching up together, that is what we call confluence. So we have this box, we have this support, we have this other support, we have dynamic reactor. So a retracement before a breakout is not out of the question. If we start breaking out through right now 74.39, my next up target, look at that, I will stand again on this area, especially because we have this dashed resistance, which a dashed resistance means that it is the hardest to break of this chart. So looking good for Litecoin. We'll see how Bitcoin does. And as you mentioned, Piper, I mean, I think as long as Bitcoin at least it is ranging, we are going to be looking at a little bit of a altcoin season, a short altcoin season, as we have seen. Remember that, and let me just bring up this really quick. Throughout this movement, altcoins went crazy. Throughout this movement, altcoins went crazy. And throughout this movement, I think the same thing is going to happen, especially right here, and also, as you can guess, somewhere around here. So do expect a couple of altcoins to start popping. And yeah, other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to look for a thing here on China. There's something going on with China that I wanted to talk about today, but I'll find that in a moment. I want to go ahead and jump over to the charts here. Guys, we do have a pullback coming right now on the crypto side, but I want to show you guys that on the stock side, we're looking pretty strong today. If you guys don't know how to get to this, you can just open up a new tab. There's heat maps there. You click it, and you got stocks, crypto, and ETFs. Looking here at the stocks, we're looking green. Like Apple's up 1%, Nvidia rebounding 3.44 there. Microsoft is back up, Google's up, Meta's up. So the tech stocks are looking good. Tesla's up 4.35% today. Amazon's up 0.5%. So things are looking pretty decent here on the stock side. It's literally just the cryptos that are getting this big pullback. So altcoins that we're looking at here, I'm going to go over and check out our little list here that we have OC, because you got AOC, Injective, Matic, Solana, and Render. Okay, yeah, I'll go pull up Render. I just actually added that back on because the chart that I was looking at for Render was blanked out. I'm not sure why. We are sitting here right now above the dynamic reactor as our support on the 4-hour, guys. You can see we're trying to hold it. I don't know that we're going to hold it on the 4-hour. We probably are going to lose this. But keep in mind that the daily or the 300-day exponential moving average is sitting here at about $6.60. That would be a vital, important area to hold. If we don't get that, watch for a liquidity grab below these previous wicks. Let's throw on some fibs and let's throw on some fixed range volume profiles to see what we're seeing there to add some confluence to this. So let's go down here. We had a little run up from this point, and we'll go to that top. And we'll see what we have here. Well, there you go. Yeah, guys, look for that 786. This is perfect. That's exactly what I would do with this. And I would see that 786 there. If we do lose, let's go ahead and take it from this point over. This is our little range. Actually, we need to go back one more. There we go, because that's where we pulled the fib from. Yeah, we got a value area low sitting down here right by that 786 also, guys. So that's what I would be seeing for us to get a bounce range. Let's go ahead and throw the T-box on here and bring that into play. Keep in mind, we could wick a little bit below that again. That's just to grab that liquidity there. And once they grab that liquidity, go up, I would be looking about $5.70 to $6. There you go. That's the range there. It does look like we could be heading back down. We're getting a very, very flat top here on the daily for the RSI. These are Heikin-Ashi candles. When they start to flatten out, typically indicates that they're going to go down. You see how we got flat here? Got really flat, came down. This could be what we're seeing right here. And on the daily, it does look like we do have more upside. So that bounce there could be the range, because the Oscillator Pro ribbon is still heading up at a really good angle. But let's see how it's looking on the 4-hour. I'm sure it's telling us downside movement in place. So let's load that fixed range. There we go. Yeah, guys, this would be the setup I watch for on the 4-hour. Oscillator Pro, and you can see we had multiple divergences that printed here on the Oscillator Pro. We're getting big candles here. They're getting longer on the RSI primed Heikin-Ashi, and this is coming down to that 0 level. So yeah, look for a box there. Possible bounce down here around this 0 level on the RSI back up. I mean, on the Oscillator Pro back up as we're bouncing off of that zone. And that would also give us a nice chance to cool off the RSI on the 4-hour. So that's what I'm seeing for Render. Let's go ahead and jump back over to you. And then I will find that China bit, and we'll talk China here in a second. China. Let's go.
Absolutely. So, Lucky Chan, 577. What's up, brother? Just didn't how do you answer there? AOC, just wondering if that stands for Aluminum Corporation of China, talking about China. So, let me just do a quick searching here for you guys. And I was talking about a politician. Oh, I see. All right. Nonetheless, since I already have AOC, I think that is a great opportunity to start looking at how to look at these things right here. So as you can see, I have added 2 of them. They are pretty choppy here. And to perform an analysis, I think this is going to be one of my tips. Right now, I usually am not a big fan of Heikin-Ashi candles, but when you have a very choppy candle, or sorry, very choppy chart, you can start using your Heikin-Ashi candles. And also something that I'll be adding, it will be just make sure that I do have extended times if that is available, right? So in this case, we don't have extended times or hours, but we do have Heikin-Ashi candles. Another thing that I will be doing, or you could be doing, is just adding a line instead of a traditional candles. That way you can start performing your analysis. In this case, we are below dynamic corrector, we are below the zero line, we are pretty bearish, and our consideration it is zero. So despite we have a market pump, I'll be looking for only a retracement somewhere around this area, looking for areas of support right here. And we do have a fair value gap with an equilibrium zone. So this will be my area of aiming before we keep moving forward to the downside. So just a little bit of tip there right there. If you are looking for a very choppy or new asset, especially when you are looking at something like futures there. Piper, would you like to take the next one, or would you want me to jump into
Nope,
the
I got.
next one?
I found this. I found this China thing. So guys, so I saw this thing this morning on Twitter. It wasn't this actual tweet here, but it was talking about China. China is doing rate cuts. If you don't know, they're doing rate cuts right now, and they are. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Nope, I can't. Okay, they are doing rate cuts right now and setting up to add liquidity back into their markets. The last time that they did that, you guys can see here, Bitcoin pumped and rallied like crazy when they hit these bottoms and cut rates. So this article here talking about that, Bitcoin might skyrocket 100% as China cuts interest rates. History says China can fuel a 100% rally in Bitcoin price. As the broader crypto ecosystem focuses on the likely commencement of that spot ETF on Ethereum, Bitcoin seems set for an uptick based on signals from historical trends. Bitcoin is about to skyrocket by up to 100% to take its price to over $120,000. Notably, Jamie Coots, a renowned crypto analyst, and a post on X notified followers of the move by the People's Bank of China, the PBOC. Yeah, you know me. The bank recently injected some liquidity and cut the interest rates by 10 basis points on a bid to support growth in the country. And last time that they did that, got that big move there, every time that they've done that. According to records, this pattern traces back to 2016. Each time that the PBOC injects capital into the economy, Bitcoin appreciates by a minimum of 100% in the following month. That's a little crazy. If it's happened every time, is it going to happen this time? OC, are we going to see a 100% move on Bitcoin in the next 30 days? That's the big question. Dun dun dun. You know.
Well, I think we all have heard about my prediction of Bitcoin. So I do see it having a God candle, or at least a God movement throughout this year. I don't know if that's going to happen within the next weeks or not. I really hope so. I hope so. I really hope so. But I am prepared for it. But to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think so. We're talking
Yeah,
about
I personally, I'd be okay with it. I'll be okay with the 100% move in the next 30 days. I don't think it's going to happen. History does like to repeat a lot, but it doesn't have to rhyme a lot. Okay. So yeah, they are getting those cuts. But I don't know that we're going to see that. So I was looking for that, so I hadn't had a chance to look at any charts. Let's kick it back over to you, and then I'll look at another chart here. But I want to talk about Ton Coin before we leave. So if anyone requested that, leave that one for me. We got an article about it, and we're going to take a look at the chart here in a minute. So.
Absolutely. So in name of TradeFly, we have the choo-choo right now. So Solana, take a look at Soul Train. Exactly. So it's looking fabulous. I mean, this is one of the best looking assets regarding what everything else is doing. Just up only. By the way, so well, seems to be up only. Something interesting is that we did form this bull flag that I was looking on other assets like altcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin, so on and so forth. But in this case, it was a pennant with a measure move all the way up there. Remember that I do like to measure from the bottom line. That is something that I do personally. That gives me a little bit of a wiggle room at the top. And for me, that's a little trick that I do. I know the classical way, it is at the top right here. But again, once again, I like to measure it from the bottom line. That gives me a little bit more of a better target right there. And as you can see, we actually nailed it perfectly before this retracement. Something interesting also is that we can be using that line. If I adjust it slightly like that and move it upwards, we can use it as a trend line. So right now, for me, it's time to look at what could be happening with support and resistances. We are breaking through a resistance, but also something interesting here is that we are on previous highs, right, or very close to previous highs. So what we can start doing is building up a trend line like this, right? And remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, and then off we go. So a possible retest would not be out of the question, especially when we start factoring in the way that we went up. And as you can see right there, making some confluence, we do have fair value gaps. Remember, not that we have a strong confluence point that means that we're going to go there, but it will be a great opportunity for a long or continuation if we do. So be careful right here on Solana. I'll be looking for a possible re-entry right down here if we break down and then come back up. Remember, I'll also be looking for the flip of the ribbon above the zero line on this area of support if we break this trend line to the downside. So I'll turn it back to you, Piper.
All right, let's jump over and check out Injective here. Guys, I'm watching Injective right now. We are getting a pullback on here just like the rest of the market right now, but we do have a key level here. The 786 coming in at $25.86 here. Also at that line is the dynamic reactor from Chart Prime. You know that daily dynamic reactor is an amazing support level sitting on top of the 200 days. So I'm just going to be watching for about $26 here to be the bounce range for what we have on Injective. It does show that we have a little bit of we have the downtrend arrow printed here on the Oscillator Pro, and we are getting a flip of that ribbon, starting to get a red candle there. So it does look like we are going to come down, but remember, this stuff can all cool off while it's in a range of bouncing off of this 300, this 100, this 200. So we could literally trade in this range and cool all of this back off before the next move. Key level to watch again, about $25.86 there. If we lose that, then we are very likely, because we lost that value area high, could be heading all the way down here to $21 to $22 on the daily. So let's take a look at the 4 hours, see how that's looking, and let's go clean off the Mexican spaghetti. Clean your plates, kids. And then let's take a look there and see what we're seeing on the 4 hour. 4 hour does show indication of downside movement also here on the oscillator. Not as bad as what the daily was looking like. Remember, these can move much quicker. We're not very far off from these bottom ranges here. So yeah, guys, I got to say that 786 there, maybe the 100 day. Let's go ahead and drop a T-box on that and see how that looks. And then we'll also take a look at some fibs here. Let me get that in there. And there we go. That is going to be our range, and I'm going to watch there. And we'll set an alert right here at the bottom of it and see if we break it. If we don't, that's where a good entry would be at. So let's get rid of this. And let's go over here and take a look and see how this is looking. Yeah. Yeah, we got somewhat of a trend line here too, guys. Let me look here. Let me look. There we go. Bring that up. We do have a little bit of a trend line too that's going to be falling in right there for support in that box too, guys. So that's what I'd be watching for. That's how it looks, and that's what I think about that. So let's kick it back over to you, OC. See what you're seeing there, bro.
Absolutely. I'm looking right now at Bitcoin, and that's because I want to make sure that we understand where we are standing before we jump to our NDR, because our NDR is not looking like something that I really want to jump in at this point. Nonetheless, could be right into a trampoline, as JYMPA will call it right now, right? So we need to look at what's going to be the pattern for Bitcoin to perform, so render could take advantage of that movement and then push itself upwards, right? So first of all, let's see Bitcoin. We are on a resistance area. As you can see, we could maybe keep going up all the way to 69K. Remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, right? Something important to know. Look at how much volume we have going on in here. So wouldn't be out of the question start maybe doing some range like that, or even a pullback down to the big support area where our dynamic reactor would be, right? I mean, this is not a one single kind of movement. This means that we can still retrace in here and then keep going up without quit being bullish, all right? Why are we looking at Bitcoin? Because if Bitcoin has that retracement, most likely we're gonna be seeing render also having that retracement. And if that happens, right, what are we gonna be seeing? A break through the zero line, break back below the trend line, and also break below the dynamic reactor. That will put us back again on a very not cool prime score area, right? So just be very, very careful with R and render. Let me bring up my indicators in here and see what could I be seeing. In this case, I want to bring up my predictive ranges because usually the blue line is one of the most crossed over lines, and also one of the most important it is or are these golden lines in here. We are on a golden line. We haven't broke it, so a this decisive movement will be either breaking through this trend line or pushing up. If we push up with a flip of the ribbon, I'm going to be looking at this target at 8.36 for the first target for TP number one. Nonetheless, I will absolutely be looking for pushing my stop loss to entry as soon as possible. Something to add to it, it is this volume profile magnifier by Jacob Maccabee. I love this indicator, especially when we're talking about folding knives. I know this is not the case, but it tends to show me big areas of resistance. So as you can see, I was aiming a little bit higher, so I will be moving my my aiming point in here for my TP number one if I jump in with the flip of the ribbon somewhere around 773. Remember, it's important to change your opinion with new data, and that's what we're doing right now with a live analysis. So once again, just to make things clear, looking for Bitcoin, if we lose this trend line, and if you want to, you can set your trend line alert in here. If we lose this trend line, most likely we're going to be losing this other trend line here. And for that support, I will be looking somewhere between 600 for support. And if Bitcoin ranges up here or even touches 69, I'll be looking for render to push all the way for TP number one at 7.69 and for TP number two, 8.54. So that's what I got, or RNDR. Turn it back to you, Piper.
Yeah, tell me that you weren't paying attention to my TA without telling me you weren't paying attention to my TA. No, I just did render a minute ago, and but we talked about the same level. So there you go, guys. That $6 range down there. So there you go. I love you, OC. I just let them cook. Let them cook. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the chat, by the way. Go ahead. What's that?
Absolutely. I just was looking at updating the chat. Maybe that's what
I know what you're doing. Just like I was looking at the China article. So it's a roll of the dice sometimes on the show. You guys got a double dose of render today. It's okay. So shout out to Crypto Billy. If you guys don't know, he's got Billy Goat Tales every Tuesday, and you guys should know this because we talk about this all the time on this channel. We are loyalists to the Billy Goat team over there. But tomorrow, guys, you guys have got to go check this out. Let's jump over here and take a look. Redman posted this, so shout out to Redman. He says, join us as we interview two of the best crypto minds in the space. No, Army Piper and Tradefly and OC Guy are not one of the two. It's Magic Internet Money, Mem, and Piano Matty B. That is going to be Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, live on X Spaces there. Billy Goat Tells, do you like music? Do you like crypto? If you answer just any of these questions, get your butt into our space Tuesday night there on Billy Goat Tells. So let's jump into the charts now, and let's take a look at what I'm seeing here. It was I was going to take a look at Ton. That's what it was. Yes, Ton. We're going to take a look at this article here first on Ton. There we go. Ton skyrockets 170% in volume. What is going on here? It's witnessed significant trading activity as price struggles to continue. The price of Ton coin has not been performing well in the recent past. It has been consolidating with the lack of higher momentum. However, it appears that the tide is turning for the Ton price. While the price has remained stagnant, the coin has witnessed a huge surge in a key metric. Per CoinGlass, the trading volume of Ton coin, say that 5 times fast, has skyrocketed 170% in the last 24 hours, currently standing at 218.92 million. This surge highlights the rising trading activity for the coin. It reflects a growing market participation and shows a change of the sentiment there. So let's go take a look at Ton Coin and see how we're looking on that. Because this, according to this, volume-wise, we should have a breakout soon. Let's see if there's a any type of TA that can show us what that breakout point could be. Well, look there, guys. We are in this. We got a flat top here, a couple of breakouts on top of it there that gave us, some fake outs there, little consolidation points up there in the value area high. But we are in this rising wedge, and right now, we are testing that level, guys. If we get a bounce out of this, the idea would be that this would be an upward movement, and then we would break this for a breakout. Let's go check the target on that there. It would be the widest point between. So let's just do this. And let's go see what that would be at. Guys, that would be a $10.40 breakout there on the wedge. That's not bad. And right now we do have this, the patterns going on. We're sitting very low here on the 4-hour on the RSI. We are starting to get oversold. I think Ton Coin is a buy at this point, especially if you're looking for a trade. Not financial advice, but I think I'm going to go enter a long trade on Ton Coin, setting my stop loss down here below this point of control. What would that look like? Let's go hit a long position here. That would be right there below. And that breakout, to the upside would be somewhere around $10. That would be a nice 5-to-1 risk to reward. I think I'm going to go set that trade up. That's what I'm going to do. We got trade volume pumping in, and we're at key levels of support right now. So good long position there, in my opinion. So OC, let's kick it over to you, see what you're seeing, and then we'll talk it out.
Absolutely. I'm looking at Atom at this point, one of my favorite coins. Looking forward for it finally reversing. Something that I want to kind of look at, keep in check, is that we have a wide of ranging here. We have now a V-shaped recovery, and we're getting back at these highs, which suspiciously seems like another Wyckoff. So what I was doing is going to daily and look at that. It seems like we are right on a secondary Wyckoff. So going down, little range, V-shaped recovery, high, not higher than this range. But I really am sick and tired of this coin being ranging. So I'm going to be pushing my bias a little bit, and also saying that if I prolong my dynamic reactor, I can maybe go all the way up through that point, especially since I'm pushing above that zero line. So going for maybe a retest will maybe take me back somewhere around this area. Let me see if I can. There we go. I have a couple of support areas, and we do have an order block. Something that I really want to push here is that we have 2 order blocks. Both are soft. I want to see one of those getting higher. And this area, I want to see especially this high order block getting softer as volume start migrating to this soft order block and make it higher. That will give me a little bit more confident that we're going to be bouncing back up, basically confirming the Wyckoff pattern. And if we have a chance, maybe skipping the spring, going for an early breakout and going to visit dynamic reactor. So other than that, looking at Atom, I'm very invested on it as per an altcoin goes. I really like it, and hopefully it does perform well throughout this cycle. Other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Let's jump over here to Duo Cam. And I think that's about all we got time for today, guys. We are going to be going live tonight. Me and TradeFly. TradeFly and I will be live tonight on Crypto Nightcap. I've just got the link from them, so I'm getting ready to go test the setup. But yeah, that's tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we'll be back here, right here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing this all over again. But we're about to redirect over to Randy Hipper. So make sure when you get over there, you throw the graduation caps out, guys. OC, what do you got for the people on the way out, bro?
Guys, thank you so much for joining and being here today. A quick reminder to click that like button, because if you do, you're going to gain a great superpower next time your wife tells you, "Why did I change? Do you notice something different?" Whatever is different, it's going to glow in front of your eyes. So make sure you get that, because you're going to need it up in the future. Don't believe me? Try it out yourself.
I love it. I love it, dude. Thanks for joining us here today, guys, on Piper Academy. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. Redirect is set. We're ready to go. So we will see you over there in Randy Hipper, the frat house mom, about to host us. Guys, till tomorrow, trade safe. And as always, use a stop loss.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall off. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, former Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall off. Sound off.
To get rhythm, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude!